Hey guys, welcome back to Half-Acre Harvest. Today I have a mini seed haul for you. It's my first order from MI Gardener. And if you stick around to the end, I'll share my favorite hack for starting seedlings. I've been following MI Gardener for a few years on YouTube and Facebook, and I wanted to try out his seeds. What intrigues me about MI Gardener is their seeds are just $2. And you might be thinking, well, that must not be a very good seed. How can they possibly do that? And he actually has a Facebook post where he talks about how they keep their seeds so inexpensive while everyone else's prices are continuing to rise. I do anticipate eventually that he probably will have to raise his prices, but I'll link below to the Facebook post where he talks about how they've kept their prices low for you. So, let's jump into looking at what I bought. So the thing I am most excited about is tomato seeds. These are Crimson Sprinter, and this is not a variety I have grown before. What I am excited about is that this is a short season, 65-day tomato. Now we don't have a particularly short growing season where I am in North Central Washington. It's a pretty average growing season, but a lot of times we do still have green tomatoes on the vine when the freeze comes. And some years we have had like only a handful of ripe. The last couple of years have been great, but I'm always looking for a nice short season tomato. And then also this is like a multi-purpose, kind of a medium you can slice or sauce. So this is actually the only variety I'm planning on growing this year because I really want to test it out, make sure there's no cross-pollination. And save some seeds if it does well. So, Crimson Sprinter tomato. So I have the 76 Market More cucumber. These do fantastic. Whenever I've grown these, I get tons of cucumbers, and who's going to complain about that? Oh, actually, I have not grown the Sunbright bell pepper before. I actually have not had a lot of luck with peppers in the past, but last year, my jalapeno did fantastic, so that gave me a little bit of confidence, and I'm going to try a couple new varieties of pepper this year. So I have the Sunbright bell pepper and the Ancho Grande. My husband likes to make authentic Mexican food, which you would probably not believe if you got a look at him, but he likes to cook, so I'm going to grow some peppers just for him. And then I do also have just a Tam jalapeno. I haven't grown this particular jalapeno either, but if it does as well as last year's jalapeno, we'll be in business. I also have a great zucchini. Zucchini, right? Can't go wrong. A triple curled parsley. I forgot to grow parsley last year, and so we've had to buy parsley from the grocery store for my ranch dressings and soups, and that's a drag, so I'm definitely going to remember to grow parsley this year. Jack-o'-lantern pumpkin. Again, I just forgot to grow pumpkins last year, and we ended up getting our carving pumpkins from the grocery store. I have an all-seasons cabbage. This is a cabbage that can start a little early and does hold well in the garden. We eat a lot of cabbage. Whether it be my favorite fried cabbage breakfast or cabbage salsas, we put them in soups, we put them in stir fries. I just really enjoy having cabbage. Not only do I like it as a vegetable, I appreciate that I can put a cabbage in the refrigerator and it's not going to go bad if I forget about it. Like, you can keep a cabbage around for quite some time. So it's handy for me with my forgetful brain to have cabbage around because it doesn't get soggy in the bottom of the fridge. I also have holy basil and regular large leaf basil, and we use these, just in our food, but especially I could eat caprese every day of summer. Like, I would eat it all year if the tomatoes from the grocery store didn't suck so bad. I really love it, and I want to eat it all the time, and so I like to grow my own basil for that. We also do make pesto and store it in the freezer for winter. So always have to have lots and lots of lots and lots of basil. And the last thing I got is a slow bolt cilantro. We also use a lot of cilantro in our cooking, and it's really important that it's slow bolt because once it gets hot here, it gets really hot and everything wants to bolt. So that's all the seeds I got from MI Gardener. I do want to show you one more thing that I love about MI Gardener that I was not expecting, and that is that they included this adorable seed saving envelope in the order. So I just think that's a cute little add-on, and I was excited to get it. Now, on seed saving, I also do have these other seed saving envelopes that I've just purchased. So these are both, as you can see, this one's quite a bit bigger, but these are both just seed packets that I've bought from Amazon, and I take these to a local seed swap, which is coming up in a couple weeks here in my local community. If you have never been to a seed swap, there's some pros and cons, but I really encourage you to try it out. One pro is that most of the seeds will have been grown by local gardeners, and so they'll be for plants that probably do well in your area. And then the other thing is you can talk to the person who grew it, so you can find out the pros and cons of each plant. One of the cons is anybody can go, right? So you don't know if the person who brought the seed actually knows what they're doing. Maybe they didn't follow the right seed saving procedures. You're never quite sure what you're going to get, but it's free usually, and it's worth a try if you have that adventurous spirit. Like, I'm totally comfortable failing, so I'm happy to go get free seeds and swap with my neighbors and try new things. All right, I promised I'd show you my favorite seed starting hack, so let's head out to the greenhouse and I'll show you how I do that. All right, so welcome to the greenhouse. This is really tricky to film in here because it is really small and the sun's in my eyes. So I'm going to go ahead and just adjust the camera so you can just kind of see my hands working, and we will get started. When you are starting seeds, or if you're new to starting seeds, people will tell you that you do not want to start your seeds in potting soil. They say to get a sterile seed starting mix. I have Jiffy Organic. I don't really have a brand that I normally stick with as a rule, but this is what I have right now. And this has been fine for me. The trouble with using just seed starting mix is as soon as that plant develops a root system and starts getting its true leaves, you're going to have to pot it up. And what that means is that you need to put it into a larger pot with some potting soil. And the potting soil has nutrients. The seed starting mix doesn't really have any nutrients. It's really just a substrate that is light and fluffy and doesn't hold your seeds back. So once it starts getting roots, you need some nutrients. And so what I like to do is take my little seed container, whatever I'm starting. Can you see that? Yeah, so whatever I'm starting my seeds in, I like to take that and fill it about 2/3, maybe even 3/4 with a good quality potting soil. I'm just using a combination of potting soil that we had left over and some of our native soil and a little bit of our compost. So I have kind of my own blend. Any good quality potting soil will work here. So I've just filled my pot about 2/3 full. And then I'm going to top it off with a little bit of my seed starting mix. So what this does is just give the seeds a nice light substrate to live in and sprout in, and then once they start to develop their root system and put on leaves, the roots will extend down into the potting soil that actually has some nutrients in it. So there's that with just the seed starting mix on top. And this is a little bit of a fussier method. If you were doing a really large garden, this might not be the most economical or efficient way for you to start your garden. But I'm doing a small garden this year, so I'm just going to do one seed per pot. And save myself a little time in the long run, since I'm not going to have to repot these when they get their leaves and root system. Now from there, I'm going to get rid of this for now. I like to put them into one of these catering trays. But this keeps the moisture in and helps keep it warm. This is going to go into the house. It's still a little too cold at night out here in the greenhouse, so this will go indoors. And then once my seeds have germinated, I will put that plant light right on top. And then it can get lifted and lifted as my plants grow. So that is it. That is my trick for saving a little bit of time in the long run with seed starting. If you have a trick that you like to use, pop it into the comments because we'd all love to hear. All right, I'll catch you guys later.